Okay, back again, Animoji Gaming. So today I tried to play the Counter-Strike Global Offensive, which basically, of course, needs to be start from the Steam, since basically this is an online games and it is already free anyway. Not like the first time that I tried to buy it as my first game on the Steam several years ago. And yeah, that's the reason why I tried to create a new Steam account just to download this game. Besides, I'm still not brave enough to log in into my main account in this Dream Gadget. So yeah, that's the that so that I decided to create an account just for this Dream Gadget and try to fill it. Most of the games were basically free games. So after this, I will try to download the Player Unknown's Battleground, which is supposed to be not a free games as well in the past, but right now it is already free. Maybe because yeah, the popularity is already consumed by mobile games, especially for PUBG, since it is obviously available even though it basically not the same in terms of graphic quality. Because yeah, it's just so bad. I just don't get it, the reason why they try to do it. So basically, I tried to join the middle of the game. Sure. There's so many cheats going on this. People say when the Counter-Strike Global Offensive tried to be a free game, many cheaters right now try to play it because yeah, if they were banned, if their account is banned, and they basically can still playing it by creating another
你过去。哎呀，什么东西啊！我操他妈的！赶紧他妈给我投一枪！
for some reason. Right now, the matchmaking is also really weird because I was playing mostly with the Chinese player, which they just recently turned on the voice chat for some reason, and I just cannot mute it. It's pretty annoying when people try to turn on the voice chat because basically it's just transform into all of the player. So yeah, because of the technologies, it's just, I don't know, for the audience perhaps, I'm not sure. Because yeah, if you talk about the role play of the grad photo, they can make the voice chat into more realistic, only active to the player around them. So yeah, that's the reason why. It's pretty annoying because I always get shot in the warm up. Even though warm up is basically pretty interesting because it's basically like a death match. I wonder why they never create something like this in a more permanent time. Because it's just very short and temporary. Maybe because they just too lazy to create an invisible or freeze time where the player cannot be shot yet by the enemy or even Obviously, if we talk about that match, the teammates should never killing each other like the competition in this game. I just don't get it why it seems to be cool for this car. It's like a classic Admiral car from Grand Theft Auto, perhaps, or even a BMW E30 or Mercedes-Benz Tiger. Yeah, Desert Eagle is always the best. Yeah, if you talk about the gameplay from the differences between the Counter-Strike, Global Offensive, and Point Blank, there's still so many differences. Because yeah, most of the time when you try to shoot other player, the best thing is always to be stand still in order to make the accuracy better. So yeah, like Wind Bang, which is you can move around all the way. Basically, it's more realistic way, much more realistic, but I don't know, I'm just not good at playing this.
This is it, my friends. Flashbang. Throwing fire. Laying down smoke. Throwing fire. Deploying flashbang.
So started to be disappear for some reason because yeah, this Desert Eagle sound is pretty loud. That's the reason why. So basically, I used to play Counter-Strike or stream Counter-Strike Global Offensive before using my mini PC or Mac Mini. But yeah, I basically try to record it directly while also having a Zoom meeting with my college friends, and the frame per second that they see and what I also see is also very small. That's the reason why it's pretty laggy to have to stream on online games, especially from my current internet service provider. So it's pretty annoying.
Throwing smoke. Grenade out. Throwing flashbang. Fire in the hole. Smoke.
So the one that can only be heard is just the radio sound for throwing a grenade for some reason. It's pretty annoying.
Smoke. Throwing fire.
So yeah, the match was around 24 minutes. So we still have 15 minutes remaining. It's pretty long. I used to collect a lot of cheap skin of the weapons since yeah, unlike the Point Blank, which is real money, can
Flashbang. Throwing flashbang. Deploying flashbang.
Strike, global offensive, everything was
Deploying a
to be
grenade.
equal. So you can only buy the skins of the weapon, even though if you talk about the skins, it's literally the same model of the weapon, unless the knife skins, but it is just so expensive, and also it's still basically not worthy because we never really use knife that often. So that's pretty sad that we can never really upgrade our weapons or make it have an additional features to make it more powerful. Yeah, it's pretty sad. It's not that realistic, even though if you talk about the scope of the assault rifle or sniper rifle, it is actually much better than what was created in the point blank. But yeah, sadly they never really implemented it to other weapons. Maybe they just don't want to be like that because the money in the game is always the money that you can buy a weapon for. So upgrading is just unnecessary. Even though if you talk about the development of this game, there's already so many differences, especially in terms of the UI. But yeah, it's just not really necessary as well. But it's still making these games a little bit heavier than it was used to be.
Incendiary out. Incendiary. Grenade out. Point flashbang. Grenade out.
So I'm still using the M4, the regular M4, which is basically like an AK-47. So it didn't have a lot of damage like the other M4.
Grenade out.
Maybe the reason why I'm not good at this game because the frame rate that I see was just only 60 FPS perhaps. Because yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Counter-Strike Global Offensive is obviously support until 300 FPS if you have the sufficient monitor and also the sufficient internet connection to play it like that. So yeah, that's the reason why it's very hard to beat the frame rate because yeah, they're basically C player faster than what we are C. So yeah, that's pretty annoying. So I'm not sure whether I will be buying those kind of monitor or not. Because I'm not sure whether my internet connection is also capable to run this game at more than 300 FPS. Because yeah, the monitor that can support it is pretty expensive as well. Because yeah, it should be almost 6 times smoother than what I see on the internal screen of the laptop. Even if you talk about the HDMI video capture, it's just way much laggier because maybe what was basically seen,
Point a grenade.
the HDMI video capture is just 30 FPS. That's the reason why differences about 30 FPS is really noticeable on the PC rather than what I used to play on the console, which is maybe the console has already limited the FPS into 30 FPS only. I'm not sure the reason why. So you're playing FPS game in just 30 FPS. In the competitive, it's just so impossible. But I think the point blank is limit all the player into 60 FPS. Whether they have the sufficient monitor or not, but I'm not sure.
Going flashbang. Incendiary.
My extra monitor is also 60
Bring down
FPS,
smoke.
I guess. Well, most of
Throwing smoke.
other
Throwing a grenade.
monitors already have 75.
Incendiary down smoke.
Or even the phone, the gaming
Fire the
phone
hole.
is already have 120 FPS screen or 120 Hertz refresh rate.
Flashbang. Point fire.
It's pretty annoying when the strategy of this game is all about stand still, because when you already get shot, it's just hard to move for some reason. Yeah, maybe it's just the realistic way when you got shot. Yeah, obviously, even a single shot already make you die for some reason.
Let's go,
About
people.
6 minutes remaining, so I was actually win the game. Because yeah, being a counter-terrorist in Dust 2 is just way much having more advantage.
Grenade out. Throwing
Of
fire.
course, I still cannot kill
Deploying
many
flashbang.
players
Grenade out.
for some reason.
Throwing fire. Incendiary out. Throwing fire. Smoke.
But even though it was
Laying down
basically
smoke.
just 30 FPS of recording or monitoring, so when you watch the games only at 30 FPS, you just cannot tell the difference between what's video that was
Throwing flashbang.
played on the 60 FPS or not. But when you try to play at 30 FPS, it just has so many differences. So that's pretty annoying.
Throwing a grenade.
Just don't get it why it's just so easy to get a headshot in here as well without having helmet protection. Like, it's the most I recently had on the point blank. So,
59, go.
so yeah, just lazy to buy another weapons
Incendiary.
because I just cannot kill
Fire in the
any.
hole.
Or maybe
Incendiary out.
it's
Deploying
just so
flashbang.
hard when you try to rush with
Fire in
weapons.
the hole.
Because yeah, eventually the one that
Throwing
get
smoke.
killed
Flashbang.
first. So that's the reason why I prefer to pick up other people's
Grenade.
weapons
Throwing smoke.
instead of buying
Throwing
my
flashbang.
own. Even though basically the money is not really necessary as well because
Grenade out.
it will eventually refill in s- every stage.
Incendiary out.
But of course, there's no limitation to pick up
Smoke.
weapons in the Counter-Strike because it's just always be possible, unlike the point blank, which is most likely not possible at some point, even though it's still much more possible than what it used to be when the game is still very popular and they just try to deactivate those features in order to make all the players spend the real money into this game to buy the weapon of their own. So yeah, I think this was supposed to be the last one, I guess. Not sure. Yeah, it was
That means
called
done.
match point, final round. So M4 S is pretty good, even though it's only got 20 rounds.
Fire.
But it's just really good, like the MP5 SD. But the MP5 SD is like the cheaper
Point a
and
grenade.
not that as powerful as the MP, like the M4 size. Because the M4S is just has a good accuracy and a good firepower. But it's still pretty hard for some reason to kill because I was lost because of the Galil. Galil should be not really deadly because yeah, they had a 35 rounds for some reason. So
will get
since
out of
the
that,
terrorist was win on that round, so
Throwing smoke.
I'm still having
Incendiary.
one
Flashbang.
more round for
Throwing
the
smoke.
final match.
Incendiary. Fire in the hole. Fire in the hole. Down smoke.
I'm actually the one that last killed players, and for some reason, the characters is also not well built. As a Counter-Strike, you can actually select the characters most of the time. It's just randomly selected.